What if I told you that 5 everyday foods in your kitchen are quietly stealing your energy, stealing your years, and raising the chance of a heart attack after the age of 50? And most doctors never mention them. What if I told you the very snacks you reach for in the afternoon are the same items linked in major studies to higher blood pressure, worse memory, and faster biological aging? Listen, this is not fear-mongering. This is evidence. Studies from the Framingham Heart Study, research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, and reviews by the American Heart Association all point to the same truth. As we get older, our bodies handle sugar, processed fats, sodium, and certain preservatives very differently, and small daily choices add up into big risks. In the next few minutes, I will show you the 5 common foods to avoid after 50, why science says they are dangerous, and exactly what to swap them with so you keep your energy, protect your heart, and add healthy years to your life. But first, you need to understand one surprising thing about aging and diet. Imagine feeling sharper, lighter, and more energetic by making tiny changes that take minutes to do. That starts right now. I want you to picture your body at 50. Your heart has already lived 50 years. Your arteries have been exposed to whatever you ate, breathed, and stressed about. Your metabolism has slowed. Your insulin response is less forgiving. And inflammation, that silent burner in your body, gains traction more easily. When you feed that inflammation with the wrong stuff, the consequences show up as fatigue, higher blood pressure, memory slips, and higher risk of heart disease. This isn't theory. The landmark Framingham Heart Study shows diet patterns predict heart disease decades later. Meta-analyses published in major journals link processed meats and trans fats to increased cardiovascular mortality. A study in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that drinking sugar-sweetened beverages raises the risk of premature death, even after adjusting for other factors. The American Heart Association recommends limiting sodium in processed foods because older adults are especially salt-sensitive. So, this is science speaking. Clear, replicable findings. Now let's get practical. Here are the 5 foods that, if you're 50 or older, you should reduce dramatically or avoid entirely, plus simple, tasty swaps you can start using today. Number 1. Sugar-sweetened beverages. That includes regular soda, sweetened iced tea, many fruit drinks, and energy drinks. Research shows that just 1 serving a day of sugar-sweetened drinks is associated with higher risk of heart disease and premature death. As we age, our cells become less efficient at handling blood sugar spikes, so that afternoon soda or sweetened coffee becomes more damaging. Instead, swap to sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon or a brewed tea with a cinnamon stick. If you need sweetness, try a splash of 100% real fruit juice diluted with water, half juice, half water, or a small amount of natural stevia if you absolutely need 0 calories. Number 2. Ultra-processed meats and high-sodium deli meats. Bacon, hot dogs, sausage, and many packaged sandwich meats contain preservatives, nitrates, and high sodium. The World Health Organization and several long-term cohort studies link processed meat to higher risk of heart disease and certain cancers. For older adults, the sodium alone can elevate blood pressure and strain the heart. Instead of processed lunch meat, choose grilled chicken slices, canned tuna in water with low sodium, or a plant-based hummus, and roasted vegetable sandwich. If you crave that smoky flavor, try a small serving of smoked salmon or roasted chickpeas seasoned with smoked paprika. Number 3. Refined grains and high glycemic white bread, pastries, and many breakfast cereals. Studies from large cohorts, including the Nurses' Health Study, show that diets high in refined carbohydrates lead to worse metabolic health and higher risk of type 2 diabetes. After 50, your insulin sensitivity drops, so those white bagels cause larger blood sugar swings and more inflammation. Swap to whole grain breads with minimal ingredients, steel-cut oats, or a Greek yogurt bowl topped with berries and a sprinkle of chopped nuts. These alternatives release sugar slowly and keep your energy steady. Number 4. Foods high in industrial trans fats and unhealthy processed vegetable oils. You may not see trans fats on labels anymore, thanks to regulations, but many packaged snacks, microwave popcorns, and cheap baked goods still contain hydrogenated oils or high amounts of omega-6 rich oils that promote inflammation. A landmark analysis published in major medical journals found that replacing trans fats with healthier fats lowers heart disease risk significantly. Swap to snacks like air-popped popcorn with a little olive oil and herbs, nuts and seeds, or whole fruit. When cooking, use extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil rather than cheap vegetable oil. Number 5. High sodium packaged and restaurant foods. Canned soups, frozen meals, many takeout dishes, and even condiments like soy sauce can pack a lot of sodium. The American Heart Association warns that older adults are more sensitive to sodium-driven blood pressure increases, and consistent high sodium accelerates vascular damage. Simple swaps include making a batch of low-sodium homemade soup, using fresh herbs and lemon instead of salt for seasoning, choosing low-sodium canned beans, and rinsing them before use, and asking for sauces on the side at restaurants. Let me give you a quick story to make this real. I worked with a man in his early 60s who loved his midday soda and a turkey sandwich every day. His blood pressure was creeping up despite exercise. When he cut the soda, replaced the deli meat with grilled chicken and whole grain bread, and added a daily small salad with olive oil, his blood pressure dropped within a few weeks, and his energy came back. That is not magic. That is physiology responding to better fuel. Now, a few evidence-based rules to apply in real life, so you don't have to memorize a long list. Rule 1. Read labels like a detective. Ingredients are listed by weight, and shorter is usually better. If you see words like hydrogenated, partially hydrogenated, high fructose corn syrup, or sodium chloride high on the list, that product is not age-friendly. Look for whole foods first: beans, whole grains, nuts, fish, and vegetables. Rule 2. Aim for anti-inflammatory fats. The Mediterranean-style pattern: olive oil, fatty fish like salmon or sardines, nuts and seeds, is backed by randomized trials and large cohort studies showing better heart health and cognitive protection as people age. Replace butter or margarine with olive oil when possible. Eat fatty fish twice a week if you can. Rule 3. Prioritize fiber and protein at every meal. Fiber helps control blood sugar and supports a healthy gut microbiome. Protein supports muscle mass and balance, which becomes more important after 50. A breakfast with Greek yogurt, flaxseed and berries, or an omelet with vegetables and a side of whole grain toast is a strong choice. Rule 4. Slow the sugar hits. If you love sweets, pair them with protein or fat, so the blood sugar spike is blunted. For example, enjoy a small piece of dark chocolate with a handful of almonds rather than a sugary cookie and black coffee. Rule 5. Salt with herbs, not with a shaker. Fresh herbs, lemon zest, garlic and spices add flavor without the vascular cost of excess sodium. You'll be amazed how quickly your palate adjusts. You might be wondering about supplements. Some have solid evidence in older adults, like vitamin D if you are deficient, and omega-3 fatty acids for certain heart conditions. But these are medical decisions you should make with your physician. Food should be the foundation. Let's close with 3 quick, evidence-backed swaps you can implement today that make a real difference. Swap 1. Instead of 1 daily soda, have a large glass of sparkling water with citrus and a mint sprig. Studies show replacing sugar-sweetened drinks with water reduces caloric intake and lowers risk factors. Swap 2. Instead of a processed deli sandwich, prepare a salad with grilled chicken, mixed greens, beans, olive oil, and a small whole grain roll. This lowers sodium and adds fiber and protein. Swap 3. Instead of pastries for breakfast, try steel-cut oats with cinnamon, walnuts, and berries. Research links whole grain breakfasts to more stable blood sugar and lower long-term cardiometabolic risk. Before I finish, remember this key idea. Aging is not a single event. It is a process shaped by daily choices. Small changes repeated daily compound into real health. Research from long-term cohort studies and randomized trials consistently shows that dietary patterns, not single foods, predict who thrives and who struggles after 50. So replace the pattern that's holding you back. If you found this useful, here's what to do next. Try 1 swap this week. Small wins build momentum. Comment below which swap you picked, and I'll respond with tips to make it even easier. If you want the scientific papers I mentioned, studies from the Framingham Heart Study, analyses in the Journal of the American Medical Association, and reviews by the American Heart Association, tell me in the comments and I'll post the references. If you liked this video, like it and subscribe for weekly, science-backed tips for staying healthy after 50. Share this with a friend or family member who thinks it's too late to change. It's not too late. It's exactly the right time. Thanks for listening. Take 1 small step today, 1 swap, and give your body the respect it deserves. See you in the next video.